The Stoic's Guide to Happiness. Written by Elias Becker. Chapter 1. The Pursuit of Happiness. Have you ever wondered why, no matter how much we chase after happiness, it always seems just out of reach? Imagine waking up every day feeling like something is missing, despite having everything you've ever wanted. This isn't just a modern dilemma, it's a puzzle that humans have been trying to solve for millennia. Today we're diving deep into why the things we often chase, money, fame, adventure, might not be the keys to lasting happiness. Instead, we'll explore how ancient wisdom, particularly from Stoic philosophy, offers us timeless tools for finding true contentment in a world that constantly tries to sell us the next big thing. So if you've ever felt that persistent itch that no amount of success or shopping sprees can scratch, you're in the right place to understand why and, more importantly, how to truly satisfy it. Chapter 2. From Happiness to Distress. We often imagine happiness as a state of constant joy and satisfaction derived from achieving our goals or acquiring new possessions. Yet, how often have we reached that sought-after milestone only to find the satisfaction fleeting, quickly giving way to a new desire or a lingering sense of emptiness? This phenomenon isn't just a product of modern times but has been observed and discussed by philosophers for centuries, particularly by the Stoics who challenged our very notions of what brings true happiness. Take, for instance, the pursuit of career success, a common goal for many. We work tirelessly, often sacrificing time with family and personal health, driven by the promise of happiness through achievement and recognition. However, when we finally reach the peak of our professional life, the anticipated happiness can sometimes morph into stress or burnout instead. Why does this happen? According to Stoicism, it's because we've anchored our happiness to external outcomes that are not only volatile but also beyond our complete control. The Stoics taught that true happiness isn't found in external achievements or possessions, but in cultivating an inner resilience and virtue. They believe that by focusing on our internal character and responses to the world, we could find a more stable and lasting contentment. This doesn't mean that Stoics were against pleasure or success. Rather, they emphasize not becoming dependent on such externalities for our happiness. Chapter 3. The Trap of Pleasure. We're naturally inclined to seek things that give us pleasure and avoid those that cause us pain. But what if I told you that this very instinct, while seemingly beneficial, often leads us into a trap where the more we chase pleasure, the more elusive it becomes? It's a bit like chasing the horizon. No matter how fast you run, you never quite reach it. Now, this isn't a new idea. Stoic philosophers from ancient times had a lot to say about this. They warned us about the dangers of placing our happiness in the hands of fleeting pleasures. According to Stoicism, true happiness doesn't come from external sources like wealth, success, or sensory indulgence. These things can be taken away, can't they? Instead, happiness comes from something much more stable and within your control, your own virtuous behavior and inner resilience. Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus focused less on seeking pleasure and more on developing virtue and maintaining inner peace. They believe that by controlling our responses to the world around us, we could achieve true happiness. For instance, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This highlights the Stoic belief that our internal mindset, rather than external circumstances, governs our well-being. Imagine you're at a lavish buffet with every kind of food you love. The initial reaction is to indulge right. But if we give in to every impulse to eat whatever we want, we soon face the consequences, discomfort, and perhaps even health issues. The Stoics likened this to other pleasures in life. Indulgence might offer temporary satisfaction, but it often leads to long-term problems when not managed wisely. This is where the concept of moderation comes in, a key Stoic value. Chapter 4. Unreliable Happiness. It's quite fascinating how often we believe that certain achievements or possessions will bring us lasting happiness. We think, if only I could have that new car, that job promotion, or that house, then I'd be truly happy. But how often does this turn out to be true? Time and again, we find that the happiness these things bring is fleeting, and soon we're setting our sights on the next big thing. This cycle of expectation and disappointment is a classic example of what's known in psychological terms as unreliable happiness. The concept of unreliable happiness isn't new. Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Epictetus have long cautioned against relying on external circumstances for our happiness. Seneca wrote, "If you seek tranquility, do less, or more accurately, do what's essential, what the logos of a social being requires, and in the requisite way, which brings a double satisfaction, to do less better." This insight is profound because it shifts the focus from the quantity of experiences or possessions to the quality of one's actions and their alignment with one's true nature. Epictetus emphasized the importance of focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. He famously said, "Men are disturbed not by things but by the views which they take of them." This statement highlights the Stoic belief that our reactions to external events, rather than the events themselves, determine our happiness. Chapter 5. Choosing pleasure. When we think about pleasure, it's tempting to go for the immediate gratification, the quick fix. But as we've seen, these kinds of pleasures can be fleeting and often leave us feeling empty or even craving more. This is where Stoic wisdom comes in handy. The Stoics teach us that not all pleasures are created equal, and that making deliberate choices about the pleasures we pursue can lead to greater and more lasting satisfaction. First, let's consider what kind of pleasures there are. There's sensory pleasure, like eating a delicious meal or enjoying a warm sunny day. Then there are deeper, more intellectual pleasures, like reading a good book or engaging in meaningful conversation. The Stoics didn't denounce pleasure outright. Rather, they advised us to focus on those pleasures that support our personal growth and align with our values. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, counseled moderation and vigilance with pleasure, not letting it become the master of one's actions. When choosing pleasures, it's essential to ask ourselves, does this pleasure contribute to my well-being? Will it benefit me in the long run? Or is it just a momentary delight? Pleasures that align with our personal growth and long-term goals tend to be more fulfilling. Chapter 6. Mastering Desires. Understanding and mastering our desires is a crucial aspect of achieving true happiness according to Stoic philosophy. Desires are natural, but they can lead to unnecessary suffering when they become excessive or misaligned with our values. The Stoics believed in the importance of distinguishing between needs and wants, focusing on what is essential for a virtuous life. By practicing self-discipline and temperance, we can gain control over our desires, ensuring they do not control us. This mastery over our desires not only brings peace but also helps us appreciate and find contentment in what we already have. Chapter 7. The Role of Virtue. For the Stoics, virtue is the foundation of true happiness. Virtue, defined as moral excellence and righteousness, is the only true good and the basis for a fulfilling life. The four cardinal virtues in Stoicism are wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. By cultivating these virtues, we align ourselves with nature and our true purpose. Virtue guides our actions and decisions, leading to a life of integrity and inner peace. The Stoics taught that external circumstances might be beyond our control, but living virtuously is always within our reach and is the key to enduring happiness. Chapter 8. Accepting Fate. A fundamental principle in Stoicism is the acceptance of fate, or amor fati. This means embracing all events in our lives, whether perceived as good or bad, as necessary and beneficial. The Stoics believe that everything happens according to a natural order, and that resisting this order leads to unnecessary suffering. By accepting fate, we free ourselves from the constant struggle against what is beyond our control. This acceptance brings a profound sense of peace and allows us to focus on what we can influence our attitudes and actions. Embracing fate helps us develop resilience and equanimity in the face of life's challenges. Chapter 9. Emotional Resilience. Stoicism teaches us to develop emotional resilience by understanding the nature of our emotions and learning to manage them. The Stoics believe that emotions are not inherently bad but become problematic when they are excessive or irrational. By practicing mindfulness and self-awareness, we can observe our emotions without being overwhelmed by them. Techniques such as cognitive reframing and focusing on the present moment help us maintain emotional balance. Emotional resilience enables us to respond to life's challenges with calm and clarity, reducing the impact of negative emotions on our well-being. Chapter 10. Mindfulness and Presence. Mindfulness and being present in the moment are essential practices in Stoic philosophy. The Stoics emphasize the importance of living in the present, as it is the only time we truly have. By focusing on the here and now, we can fully engage with life and appreciate its richness. Mindfulness involves paying attention to our thoughts, feelings, and actions without judgment. This practice helps us become more aware of our inner state and the world around us. Being present allows us to experience life more fully and make conscious choices that align with our values. Chapter 11. The Power of Reflection. Reflection is a key Stoic practice for personal growth and self-improvement. The Stoics encourage daily reflection on our actions, thoughts, and motivations. By examining our behavior, we can identify areas for improvement and reinforce our commitment to living virtuously. Reflection helps us understand our strengths and weaknesses, providing insights into how we can better navigate life's challenges. This practice fosters self-awareness and accountability, essential qualities for personal development. Through regular reflection, we can cultivate wisdom and make more informed decisions that lead to a fulfilling life. Chapter 12. Building Inner Strength. Building inner strength is essential for achieving lasting happiness and resilience. The Stoics believe that true strength comes from within and is cultivated through discipline, self-control, and perseverance. By facing challenges with courage and determination, we develop the fortitude to withstand adversity. Inner strength is not about suppressing emotions, but about managing them constructively. It involves staying true to our principles and maintaining our integrity in all situations. Building inner strength empowers us to handle life's ups and downs with grace and confidence, leading to a more stable and fulfilling life. Chapter 13. The Importance of Community. The Stoics recognize the importance of community and social connections for a meaningful life. They believed that humans are inherently social beings, and that contributing to the well-being of others is essential for our own happiness. By fostering supportive relationships and engaging in acts of kindness and service, we strengthen our sense of belonging and purpose. Community provides a network of support and a source of joy, enriching our lives in countless ways. The Stoics taught that by helping others and working towards the common good, we also enhance our own well-being and happiness. Chapter 14. Managing Expectations. Managing expectations is crucial for maintaining inner peace and happiness. The Stoics taught that unrealistic or excessive expectations lead to disappointment and frustration. By aligning our expectations with reality and focusing on what we can control, we reduce the likelihood of being let down. This involves setting realistic goals and being flexible in our approach to achieving them. By managing our expectations, we cultivate a mindset of acceptance and resilience, enabling us to navigate life's uncertainties with greater ease and contentment. Chapter 15. Practicing Gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful practice for enhancing happiness and well-being. The Stoics emphasize the importance of appreciating what we have and recognizing the value of everyday blessings. By focusing on the positives in our lives, we shift our mindset from scarcity to abundance. Gratitude helps us stay grounded and content, even in challenging times. It fosters a sense of humility and interconnectedness, reminding us of the support and kindness we receive from others. Practicing gratitude regularly can transform our outlook on life, making us more resilient and joyful. Chapter 16. Embracing Impermanence. Embracing the impermanent nature of life is a core Stoic principle. The Stoics believe that everything in life is transient and that accepting this truth helps us appreciate the present moment. By acknowledging the impermanence of all things, we learn to let go of attachment and reduce our suffering. This acceptance allows us to find peace in the midst of change and uncertainty. Embracing impermanence encourages us to live fully and mindfully, making the most of the time we have and cultivating a deeper appreciation for life. Chapter 17. The Value of Simplicity. Simplicity is a key value in Stoic philosophy, promoting a life focused on what truly matters. The Stoics advocated for simplifying our lives by reducing unnecessary desires and distractions. By focusing on essentials and living within our means, we create space for inner peace and contentment. Simplicity helps us prioritize our values and align our actions with our true purpose. It fosters a sense of clarity and freedom, allowing us to live more intentionally and meaningfully. Embracing simplicity can lead to a more fulfilling and balanced life, free from the clutter of excess. Chapter 18. Overcoming fear. Overcoming fear is essential for achieving inner peace and resilience. The Stoics taught that fear often arises from uncertainty and a lack of control. By facing our fears and understanding their root causes, we can develop the courage to overcome them. Stoic practices such as reflection, mindfulness, and focusing on the present help us manage fear and reduce its impact on our lives. By embracing challenges and viewing them as opportunities for growth, we can transform fear into a source of strength and empowerment. Overcoming fear enables us to live more fully and confidently. Chapter 19. The wisdom of letting go. The wisdom of letting go is a powerful concept in Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believed that clinging to things beyond our control leads to unnecessary suffering. By practicing detachment and letting go of our attachment to outcomes, we free ourselves from the burden of expectations. This doesn't mean giving up on our goals, but rather approaching them with a mindset of acceptance and flexibility. Letting go allows us to focus on what we can influence and maintain our inner peace regardless of external circumstances. This wisdom helps us navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. Chapter 20. Cultivating patience. Patience is a virtue highly valued in Stoic philosophy. The Stoics taught that patience is essential for maintaining inner peace and dealing with life's difficulties. By cultivating patience, we learn to endure hardships and delays with equanimity. Patience helps us stay calm and composed in the face of frustration, allowing us to respond to challenges thoughtfully and effectively. It fosters resilience and perseverance, enabling us to pursue our goals with determination and grace. Cultivating patience enriches our lives and strengthens our character, leading to a more fulfilling and harmonious existence. Chapter 21. Living with purpose. Living with purpose is central to achieving true happiness, according to Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believed that understanding and fulfilling our purpose is essential for a meaningful life. By identifying our values and aligning our actions with them, we create a sense of direction and fulfillment. Living with purpose involves setting meaningful goals and contributing to the well-being of others. It provides a sense of meaning and motivation, guiding us through life's challenges and opportunities. By living with purpose, we cultivate a deeper sense of satisfaction and happiness, grounded in our true nature. Chapter 22. Embracing solitude. Embracing solitude is an important practice for self-reflection and personal growth. The Stoics valued solitude as a time for introspection and developing inner strength. Solitude allows us to disconnect from external distractions and focus on our inner world. It provides an opportunity to reflect on our thoughts, emotions, and actions, fostering self-awareness and insight. Embracing solitude helps us build a strong sense of self and cultivate resilience. It is a time for rest and rejuvenation, enabling us to return to our daily lives with greater clarity and purpose. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for listening to the Audiobook Shelf.